What's good, everybody? It's your boy Anonymous, the author, aka Anonymous Rap Guy, and I am back with another interview with Ohio BBW Network. Today we have the awesome, the cool, the chill as hell Miss Epiphany Sept, or going by her real alias, Shiwanna. How are you doing today?
Nice to meet you. I think I'm doing amazing.
That's
Thank you
good.
for the.
Yeah, we're happy to have you, man. Definitely posted a picture, like reposted something that you had and got a bunch of likes, a bunch of interactions. So definitely wanted to reach out to you and get you on the show.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes,
So,
and
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no, and thank you. Like I said, I'm so excited. So thank you.
So I figured today we would just get to know you a little bit, ask you a couple introductory questions, and just see what it's all about, and just catch a vibe with you. How's that sound?
Okay, that's great.
All right. Well, first of all, let's go. I like you just told me, so I feel like we need to let everybody know you're trying to transition into your actual name and not the
Yeah,
alias that you have online. So talk about that a little bit.
yeah, because I wrote a novel,
Mm,
and I'm trying to publish some more stuff. And I really would rather use my real name.
mm,
And my real name also, I think, would be easier to be more searchable. I'm trying to spam myself on YouTube, so I think using my real name would help people find me much faster than Big Beautiful Heart or Epiphany, because those are
mm,
common names.
mm,
So by using my real name, I could get more people to come to my YouTube channel as I expand it.
mm,
And also as I market my fashion, it'd be easier if they can easily identify me as this name. Because my name is not that common, even though it has some people has it. You can
mm,
easily Google me and
mm,
find me.
mm,
And it won't be a bunch of me popping up. But if I put Epiphany, you're gonna get a bunch of church stuff.
mm. I get you. I
And
didn't even
Star,
think about that. Is that what you get a lot?
yeah, so not the best name for if you're trying to reach, out of a certain niche. I need to
Mm,
go back to a name that's more easily to be recognized. And
mm,
I at first I wasn't trying to show myself because I'm a teacher as well, and I didn't really want my students to know me. But
mm.
alas, my students already found me, so I'm
No,
like, okay, time to move on. They
oh, that
know me.
cat's out of the bag. Okay.
Pass out the bag. They mention it like at least once a day. Hey, I saw your Instagram, and I'm like, you must be one of my fans, right? And then they shut up.
Make sure you click follow. Thank you
They're
for that.
like, no, we ain't your fan. But you're mentioning my page. You must be my fan.
Right, right. They had to scroll through, right.
Exactly. Like, thanks for following. And then they don't want to talk about it. That's how I get them to change subjects. Because if not, they would be like, you famous. You on Instagram. You got followers. You got TikTok. I seen your TikTok. I be like, come on. What does that have to do with what you're learning today? Nothing.
Nothing at all. Get back to your studies.
Get back to your studies. Exactly. I'm not on your test.
What class do you teach, if you don't mind, or
I
is it
teach reading and social studies.
no joke? Do you have a
Or
passion for it? Like, do you have a passion for teaching or a passion for social
really
studies?
do. And it has been kind of hard to blend teaching and um social media, because you have to be kind of careful.
Hmm.
And it has actually hindered some of what I could do on social media because I've been really so careful as a teacher.
Right.
And but I love teaching. I love kids learning. I mean, I get frustrated with it, but I get passionate about it as well. It's one of those things. It's like a teacher is like a mother. A good teacher is like a mother or father. Like you love those
Mm.
kids, but there's some days you wouldn't mind letting them be the babysitter for a while.
Right. Or knocking them upside the head. No, I definitely feel
I
you.
know, I know. Like we can't do it, but sometimes you be like, I wish he was my child.
Right.
And some of the kids, you can joke with them like that, and they know you're joking. They be like, I wish you was my child. They're like, why? So you can hit me? I said, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I might have thought it, but I didn't say it. But no, for the most part, the kids they just need a lot of love and attention. They just because you with them all day,
Hmm.
they see you more sometimes than they see their own parents, and they just want that love and that parental thing. And so
Mm.
sometimes they aggravate you to get it.
Yeah, yeah, they definitely want the
they,
attention. Yeah, some.
they aggravate you to get the love. They'll just be like, I'm gonna get some kind of attention some kind of way.
They might get on
Positive,
your nerves, but hey,
I'm
it's work.
getting, huh?
What do you say?
I said positive and negative. I'm getting attention. That's how they feel.
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's true. It's absolutely true.
Yeah.
uh,
So I
uh,
do, that's my favorite thing.
how long you been teaching?
I feel like I teach on Instagram either, like
Mm.
I might do body positivity, but it's teaching.
Right, absolutely. You illustrate to people, that's teaching.
Yeah.
How long have you been teaching now?
A years.
Oh, really? Okay.
All time. And a lot of my students, they'll be like talking to me like I'm their age. I'm like, listen, old enough to be, I'll just say some stuff like that. And they're like, they still don't care. But like the whole point, like me, I've been teaching for a long time, but I took a break from it for 2 years
Hmm.
and I focused on social media and
Hmm.
my social media was just blowing up, blowing up.
Yeah.
And I just took a break from social media because I couldn't parallel, social media fame and teaching. It's very difficult.
Right,
You have to be
absolutely.
very careful with it, and you have to
Hmm.
do it in a way that you can transition into both. So and being a body positivity advocate, it
Hmm.
would be much more easy for me to get engagement if I did certain things
Right,
that drew the attention. But I have to be very careful because I
right,
really do like teaching these little babies. I make
right.
fun of them, ugly little babies. And they know I love them deep inside. They know,
Mm.
and they stay in my face all day.
Oh, that's so cute.
They do aggravate me, but you're still so
So,
sweet. Though.
so contrarily, how long have you been modeling then? Like you said, you took 2 years off.
I've been modeling off and on for years too, but like I said, I've limited what I could do because of my teaching. It's like, most of the time I've turned down a lot of modeling gigs and modeling opportunities because I wanted to teach,
Right,
and they wanted me to wear not thongs, but lingerie, or they
right,
wanted me
right.
to
Something, yeah, something
wear,
skimpy. Right.
yeah, and with the kind of body I have, that's the first type of modeling that and most models have to do something a little scanty.
Hmm.
Just slim models or whatever. It is what it is. However, I just couldn't do it. I mean, I'm like, either do that or don't teach. And
Right.
I want to do both. So I turned more into being more of a social influencer.
Hmm.
And I didn't really do it to make money as much as just to help the world be a better place.
Right.
And so I use it to be a humanitarian
Hmm.
project, but I do also market my fashion design through my
Mm.
social media outlets.
Yeah, I see a lot of your posts are about like body positivity and mental awareness, mental strength. Like I saw you posted the like domestic violence, and I saw that post that you did a couple days ago, and that was a really powerful post. Like I just want to say shout outs to you for taking like something, taking not something, speaking on something so passionate that people talk about, that you see everywhere, but really takes effects on people's lives. So let's
Mhm.
start touching on the humanitarian side of your on the social media. Like what made you take that stance and not just doing modeling, but also trying to be a role model in a sense.
Yeah, because my goal was I always feel like I had a gift and I knew that I was beautiful to a lot of people.
Hmm.
And I was like, well, it's two ways to do it. You can just use your gift to benefit yourself,
Hmm.
and you use your gift to help others.
Hmm.
Like ideally is you can make it profitable for yourself and for others. To
Right.
me, that's the best balance.
Absolutely.
Um, so I wanted to use my gift of my beauty and the men and women attracted to me to be a light in the world, to help the world be a better place, because I feel like that's the truest legacy you can live on this earth is
Hmm.
a life well lived, a life well loved, where you gave out love out of your heart and you actually did try to be nice. And I mean, not within reason, obviously, but
Right. Right.
you try to be nice to people and you try to be kind.
Hmm.
Because I felt like if you do that, that's your truest legacy.
Absolutely.
Everything else is temporary, is illusionary. I've met people who were super rich and very miserable, and I met people who were super poor and very miserable. So it's like
Right.
all an illusion. Even poverty doesn't lead to happiness,
Right.
wealth doesn't lead to happiness.
Hmm.
Legacy is not your money. Legacy is your impact. So whether it be on a global scale or if it be on a small, minute scale,
Hmm.
you're still an impact,
Right.
and that's your goal, is to do that.
Absolutely.
That's my thought process. So that's why I focus more on the less lucrative side and more on the humanitarian side.
Hmm.
It's just what my passion is. I will say, I want to look back and say I help people,
Right.
and I did it by the millions would be great.
I feel you.
By the millions.
So, let me ask you this. So, you say that you are a humanitarian by nature and that you definitely want to help people. Like, so in the next 5 to 10 years, if you continue down this path, like of amassing followers and amassing attention, is there any projects that you have in mind to like? do GoFundMe's or to do like a Patreon or anything like that to like raise money for like
I
humanitarian
didn't even think
projects?
about it. I'm trying to get myself more into like building my YouTube, building other things that
Okay.
can bring in more money for me.
Right.
But right now, my main focus is to build my fashion designs. Sometimes my fashion designs feels like it's anti-humanitarian, but it's not really because I
Why do you say that?
I employ it's not anti, because it's capitalistic venture,
Mhm.
you're actually making money or you're selling a product. So sometimes people can say, well, hey, you're doing this to sell your clothes. But for me, my clothes is more like my art form, just like poetry is my art form.
Mhm.
And writing novels is my art form.
It's an
So
expression, right?
yeah, it's just who I am. So but when I do the clothing design, that's my goal is that I get my clothing design to be huge. I would love to be like a Tom's
Mhm.
and just have my clothing designs be worn all over the world, but I also give money to deserving areas, to
Right.
schools, to funding, something I'm passionate about.
Mhm.
So a wealthy humanitarian is the most powerful humanitarian on the earth
Right.
because that person has the wealth and the means to actually do something for real.
Mhm.
So that is something that I would love to see myself in 5 years be a multimillionaire that could actually
Mhm.
contribute and do something. At first, I used to not love wealth that much. I used to shun wealth and even thought about becoming an ascetic, where you just kind of go into yourself and find your
Mhm.
spiritual path. But then I said, no, I need money.
Right.
I need money to come to me. Money come to me. Come to
Right.
people. And I can do opportunities and I can employ people and I can bring diversity to my brand and
Mhm.
do photo shoots and do shows with all kind of people to
Absolutely.
show, hey, we can all vibe with each other,
Right.
rich, black, poor,
Mhm.
white,
Mhm.
you know, people in the LGBTQIA community. Like there's like you could blend together. You don't have to hate on each other so much. So
Right.
that's something that I really want to do as well. I want to build a platform where diverse people can come into my page and feel safe.
Right.
I'm kind of like a Lizzo, I guess, but in my own form.
I feel you. That's dope. That's dope.
Mhm.
So on your YouTube, what kind of content will you be creating? I know you said you want to get one started.
The thing is, I have a YouTube right now, and it's
Mm.
mostly poetry.
Okay.
But I think my name as a whole back on it growing is because it should be much more larger than what it is.
Uh-huh.
So that name, because like I said, when you're searching a name, if
Mm.
it's something that is very commonly used, you're not going to pick up that person unless that person's a huge account.
Right.
Um, so I think it's just my name would be the ideal, but not that actual page, but starting a new one.
Mm.
So I've been debating on whether I should start a page where I help students learn how to understand this material,
Mm.
like materials.
Right.
I also think that might be more beneficial than it. But then I also thought about doing like a vlog where I'm describing, like today, for example, I did a fashion show recruitment, like
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that. I mean, I'm doing that. Some people might be excited to know about that as well,
Yeah,
or when I'm
absolutely.
or doing different things, networking, creating ideas. Maybe they may be interested. So I haven't decided yet. I know I definitely wanted it to be something where it helps people, but it also is lucrative. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
that's the ideal way to be. You're
Okay.
a wealthy humanitarian
Mm-hmm.
is, to me, that's the ultimate goals.
I
Um,
feel you.
yeah.
Yeah, I definitely would like to like after this we definitely should talk and I'll tell you about like a couple of resources I have. It's not a lot, but just like I said, the podcast and everything, the small things that can be monetized that can grow into even more, by all the followers you have. I mean, looking at your page, you got 400, what is that? 460,000. I'm like, yeah, they should definitely
I
def,
know
def,
they monetize some things I did. I did
mm,
monetize some things. But with me being the way I am, they want to see sometimes they want to see more my body,
mm,
high focus on my body. And like I said, with me being a teacher,
mm.
I got to navigate that well. I'm not gonna
Oh no,
do
no, no! I think people will still. I think. I mean, I think they appreciate. Obviously, they appreciate the physical. Obviously, I mean that's is what it's gonna be. But I think people will still support you, like as far as you selling clothes, as far as you still having other ventures outside of that. Because like people still think, just as an example, people think Beyonce is gorgeous and they love her frame and her figure, but they still support her through the music and they still support her with shows. So I'm sure even if you branch out and do like like I said, I'm trying to get a Patreon going, and that's funded like small things for me. So like I say, with all your followers, I'm sure people would definitely support you. And like I said, we can talk after this, and I can help you set it up. But yeah, I think that
Okay,
would be dope.
I appreciate that. That's an awesome idea, and
Yeah,
I appreciate those ideas. So yes, definitely we will talk.
yeah, absolutely. So let's talk. Let's get into the clothes then. Let's get into the design aspect of you.
You
So
know, clothes right here,
I see, I see.
right?
Take something off the rack. Let's see something for the
Okay,
people watching us on YouTube.
hold on one second. So
Mm,
I'm sitting on this thing that's in front of it, so it's a little low.
okay.
If I saw, watch out. If y'all see me get off this couch, y'all be interested. That might go viral.
All right. Either gonna go viral or I'm gonna get shut off
Yeah,
YouTube. One of the two.
yeah. We're gonna have a whole channel. See how long it takes her to get off the couch. That's one of the caveats I have in the hips and the thing.
Uh-huh.
That's it kind of weighs you down. I'm like, okay, gravity working against me.
Got to get a roll going. I'm telling you.
Exactly. I have to swivel.
Right.
Okay. This is actually something this is I co-designed this with someone. So
Mm-hmm.
but my actual designs, I don't have them actually hanging up, but I can show you this piece right here that I love. I love this piece. This is a dashiki crop top,
Mm-hmm.
and I really love it because I love dashiki. Like I use African fabric, so that's another way it's humanitarian because
Mm-hmm.
what I do is I'm employing people in Africa.
Mm.
I'm employing the fabric makers. I'm employing the seamstresses
Mm.
and the production company.
Mm-hmm.
But I like to play with the fabric and do it in ways that fits more my styling.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I like playful, cute crop tops, separates, and coordinates.
Mm-hmm.
So this particular piece is a piece that has straps that can be tied in multiple ways.
Mm.
And it's a crop top, but it can be worn. So, and it's a little bit higher end because it's actually authentic
Mm-hmm.
African fabric. Like you see this type of fabric all the time, but people oftentimes are getting it from places that's not from Africa.
Right.
So the quality is not as good. The colors aren't as vibrant.
Absolutely.
When you wash it, it's not going to sustain its durability as long because it's not authentic.
Mm.
This is authentic African fabric made in Africa by Africans, sewn by Africans. So we're supporting a third world country. I guess I'm starting my dream already.
Yeah, I see. I'm about to say you already out there. Do the daggone thing.
Yes, that's why I chose to work with. I really wanted to support the African because I say the best way to give back to a country is to employ people in the country.
Absolutely.
We might, give donations to people, but you could do the same thing. They could buy my product and it's donated to people.
Right.
As you buy from me, I get it made there for you.
Absolutely.
And it's customizable. Mm-hmm. It's made for you as you ask, like it's made to order.
Right.
So you get made to order clothes at reasonable rates, at retail prices.
Oh.
And then it's like, it's made in Africa with quality seamstresses because the tribe that makes my clothes is the Igbo tribe, and they were known for being seamstresses. Like that's their tribal ancestry. So people have, tailors and seamstresses, they've been doing this for generations.
That's dope. So how, if someone was to order, because I saw you have a website, when someone places an order through the website, does that go directly to you and then you ship it out, or do you have it come from over there and they make it and ship it out?
They will ship it out for me.
Okay.
And made to order. Like I literally do consultations and I ask the person's measurements. I have them take their measurements. They can actually amend a style. Like for example, if they feel like, oh, I don't like this many straps, or can you make my strap a little smaller? Or, whatever design they would like, I can actually take that design and tell the manufacturer, hey, the customer wants this, the customer doesn't really want that. Then they will make it and then they will ship it out to the person.
That's dope.
And people love it because it's made for them. Like,
right.
How many times when you have clothes and you don't know if they're gonna fit? My clothes will fit you because it's made for you on the spot, and you can feel like you're giving back to Africa. Like a lot of us love our African culture, and I'm talking about not even just Black people, all over, all kind of people love Africa, and because we all come from Africa, and you want to give back. Well, give back by, buying through Africa.
Right, actually supporting, right.
Yeah, if you give to a donation, you don't know where it's actually going.
Right.
But I'm certain that a seamstress in Africa is going to make these clothes. Like, you can see some of this here. This is not my actual design. This is someone I work as a stylist,
Mm-hmm.
but this is actual high quality craftsmanship.
Mm.
You know, so you can see the seams, you can see the handmanship. I mean, and the material is authentic Ankara,
Mm-hmm.
so it can take a licking and keep on ticking. It's not.
Right. Right.
And we also do blazers. I've done blazers. I've done custom shirts for men.
Mm.
I've done you know, so anything that you want made, you want a custom suit, you want to match with your boo thing, you and your boo thing need it.
Right.
And
Going out outfits.
exactly. And they cater to plus size. I feel like most plus size people should definitely do it because we struggle with getting good clothes that we
Right.
know are gonna fit us.
Right.
And these made to order. Every
Mm.
crook and cranny that you have, that person can make this design for you
Absolutely.
and make it fit. Like you might like you might find like this one lady, she ordered from me. She didn't like certain things. She's like, "Oh, can you do this? Can you make it this way?" So I just tweaked it for her. So it's
Mm.
like, like I said, whatever you want,
Right.
I can take my design that you saw that you really liked as
Mm.
the base, and then I can tweak it for you in production.
Mm. Somebody say I'm on your website now, and yeah, I'm looking at all the designs. Yeah, I'll definitely have the link below for everybody watching on YouTube, so you guys can definitely check out her designs and go to her page and get something stuff ordered. Man, it looks really beautiful and really intricate. So, yeah, shouts out
Yeah,
to you.
thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think if anybody would just give us a chance, they would really love it. I don't know why people sometimes are scared to work with African designers, but they'll work with other people.
Mm.
I'm saying it's the same thing.
Mm.
Give everybody a chance,
Right.
because this is a legit company that produces my clothes for me. They've
Mm.
been in company business for 6 years.
Mm.
Some affiliates with them have been on Shark Tank.
Mm.
It's not like a mom and pop thing, but they do employ
Mm.
Nigerian art. It's a Nigerian company,
Mm.
but Nigerian seamstress and Nigerian fabrics and
Mm.
other African fabrics as well,
Oh, okay.
like cloth.
Dope. 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 Dope.
Yeah,
Mm. How long have you been designing? You're just a woman of many skills. How long have you been designing?
I've been a designer since last year August. I launched my first collection, and I'm about to launch another collection
Mm.
next week. We're doing a photo shoot.
No
Um,
joke.
yeah, in Chicago, here in Chicago. So Um, yeah, I a designer, and I had some pieces even show at Chicago Fashion Week because
Mm.
my parent company was headlining there, so I put some pieces in there.
Mm.
So I'm trying to get myself out there. Like I said, people knew me as the lady with the big booty and hips. Then they knew me as the lady that do the big booty and hips, but she do poetry too.
Uh-huh.
Then they knew. Now they're trying to find like, okay, she's also a model because I did
Uh,
some viral videos for some modeling ages, like 3 or 4 million views on
mm.
certain things. And then they say, well, okay, now she's a model. Now what she doing next? I wrote a novel too.
Go ahead. You entrepreneur, woman of many skills. Go ahead. Go ahead. Multifaceted. I love it.
Sometimes it kind of makes me feel like, what do I do now? What should I do with my talents? But if you have a talent, you got to use it. And
Absolutely.
a lot of people, they still hold back their talent saying, well, I don't have no money or I ain't nobody. But even if you touch one person's life with your talent,
Right.
I mean, who says you wasn't supposed to do that? I mean,
Absolutely.
there's this famous scripture in the Bible where this prophetess, her name was Anna, and her husband had passed, and she was at the temple praying for like 20 years just because she was a widow.
Mm-hmm.
And she comes, and the baby Jesus comes, and she's the rabbi that blesses the baby Jesus
Mm.
and the prophetic word. So
Mm.
I always looked at that parable or that story as an inspiration as, yeah, imagine she hadn't been there praying for 20 years.
Right.
Imagine had she not done the one thing she was called to do.
Mm.
And just because she was like, oh, ain't nobody seeing me pray. I ain't making no money off of this.
Mm.
I don't have no value doing this. My husband's gone. Why did God take my husband away? Like, instead of like thinking all that negative stuff, she just took her lemons, made lemonade, and now she made something great out of her life.
Mm.
We don't know the impact of our lives. And we can't say that any small venture or any dream that we have, by not pursuing it, we don't know if who we're holding back and what connections and things that may come. So many times people are just looking at the short-sightedness and they want the immediate return, but the return may be greater than you realize if you touch a life.
Right.
If you get someone to do greater things than yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you met someone and now they become a multimillionaire. And
Mm-hmm.
you be like, well, I didn't become one, but hey, I helped them.
Right.
But and then all the jobs they create and all the people they
Right.
connect. I mean, so you're
Mm.
still helping. You just didn't do it. You didn't get your name on the plaque,
Right. Right. But you still
but
got somebody there.
yeah, you did a legacy. Your legacy is greater than yourself,
Mm.
and it's much more important to know you have a meaning or worth outside of how many followers or how much money you got out of it.
Mm.
You have a meaning and worth, even if you just go and do it at your little church choir or
Right.
go outside and sell you some clothes on the side of the road. Like, you have meaning and worth to someone.
Mm. That's deep. So
Don't,
is that where
huh?
your mind is right now for yours? Because you talking about legacy, like it seemed like that's for you right now. Because you're talking about having the followers, and is that where you're headed for yourself? You want to really focus on what you leave behind and for people. It's,
That's why I do what I do, what I leave behind for people. Yeah.
mm,
I'm free to
mm,
help other people. If you help one person,
right.
you can't. And I've gotten frustrated with my page when I put some deep stuff and somebody be like, nice hips. I be like, that's it is. But then I thought about, maybe that is enough. I mean, maybe for him, seeing a beautiful woman in nice hips and yet she's soft spoken
Mm-hmm.
or she's poetic, maybe that might help him say, I like women with big hips. I always thought they'll be ghetto. Maybe they're not. They are educated,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and sophisticated and of class. They're
Mm-hmm.
not always just a big booty girl, which is nothing wrong with that either. But,
Mm-hmm.
the whole point of just keeping people in one box. And so, I just feel like, that's what I feel all our lives are. We leave legacies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I saw somebody that was a digital influencer. I'm not going to name names.
Mm-hmm.
And they left a legacy. They just passed on. I mean, their legacy is greater than themselves, whether it's controversial or not,
Mm-hmm.
whether people hated them or not.
Right.
uh, that was a legacy that person left.
Absolutely.
I mean, to me, it wasn't a legacy I was fully would want,
Mm-hmm.
but because that
They
was fully,
still.
huh?
No, no. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
But it's still a legacy, regardless
Right.
of whether I you know, like it or not, or like
Mm-hmm.
everything he said or not. He still was a legacy. He did an impact on millions of people at one time. His life, even at its end, he was able to come out with a bright light. So I feel like that's the way to go. Like, to be a Maya Angelou or to be
Mm.
someone left a legacy on the earth that of love is my goal. Not one of
Absolutely.
not one where people are like, I'm glad she gone. Like, I don't want that kind of like TikTok. The queen is no. I don't want none of that.
Right, right. I got you. That's
But,
awful.
to me, that's not a good. I mean, that's not fully the legacy that you would want.
Right, right, right. That'd be horrible. Awful.
Horrible. Like, people glad you go. Like, thank goodness they dancing because you're going. Like, no, that's not the legacy we're trying to live.
So
So
what?
my
Mhm. No, I was just saying. I think we're about to just talk about my next question. I said, what kind of legacy would you want to leave? You're doing a.
I want one of a person that tried it all, succeeded in most, and
Mhm.
helped me.
Dang, that's deep. That's deep. That is definitely deep.
One of my babies in my class, she say, Miss, I think you're gonna become the next Maya Angelou. I say, I receive
Mm. You'll take it.
it. Thank you. I met Maya Angelou too, which was so funny. I met a lot of celebrities in my life
Oh, that's
for some
dope.
reason. I'm telling you, like, and people that I met that was nobody, now they multi-millionaires. So I believe that
Go
it can happen
ahead.
to me. But yeah, the whole point is that I see you're gonna be the next Maya Angelou. I mean, I say, oh, thank you.
Speaking into existence, yes,
Speaking
ma'am.
into life, baby girl. But yeah, so I definitely that would be my legacy, to be a Maya Angelou.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I was to say to the universe or to God, which I don't believe in God, but I say, if I would say to God, hey, I need something to happen, next Maya Angelou here.
Go ahead, dear. Heck, you
We
been
gotta
on it.
speak it into existence, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. You on the right path. You doing everything else. You got the poetry. You got the meaningful words. Everything that you post. So absolutely, you more
Yeah,
than
we gotta.
not. Well, hey,
Yeah.
before we get out of here, I definitely want to, if you can, just bless us with a little bit of poetry, before we
Okay.
get
You
out
know
of
I
here.
do freestyle poetry, so you can
Okay.
give me a topic and I freestyle. I haven't done it in so long.
Uh huh.
I feel like I need to get back to doing that on my page too. You give me a topic and I freestyle it. That's what I
Okay.
do.
Give me a couple bars on let's see. Give me a couple on. Let's do love. Is love too vague, or is love you need something more specific?
I mean, everyone loves love, right?
Uh huh.
Okay, so we can do it.
Okay. Well, you need a time limit, or you just gonna go until you feel satisfied?
I won't talk too long. I can talk a lot,
Okay.
but not.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, but just give me a countdown. Just give me a countdown.
Okay, we'll do from five. Five, four, three, two, one.
They say love should be everywhere, but actually it feels like it's in short supply because every time we want to mine love, love seems sometimes to be divided between I try, I can, but it did not succeed. Oftentimes we're thinking that love is something that will not give us peace. It will often be there just to cause us to grieve. But if we realize love is actually making us succeed, not so much that the relationship didn't end, but that in the relationship, you began to understand a new experience, a new version of yourself. Love is not in your life to make you have the wealth of just someone to cuddle with or someone to sleep late night with. It's more about what it does for the wealth and health of your character in the end. What did you learn in that relationship is the truest thing that love has done, is an umbrella of understanding that seems as if even if the one you love has begun to shun, understand the lesson from you, it did not run, for love had come to show you who you are meant to be, even if the love ended tragically.
Hmm, that was deep. That was so good. That was so good. Get low. I wish I had a choir behind me, but we got about a minute left on here before this little thing, I guess, shuts me out of here. But I just want to say, yo, I really appreciate you coming on. You were super deep, super thoughtful, and yeah, I really appreciate you. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shiwanna, aka Epiphany. I was about to call you Epiphany. Epiphany.
Maybe I need to come up with something like that, like a epiphany or something. But yeah, my name
Right.
is. I know it
Shawana.
said yeah. Everybody says Shiwanna, but it's Shiwanna.
Shywana. Okay. Oh, let me
You
get
know
that
how
right. Shywana.
mamas didn't worry about the phonies; they just made up a name.
I got you. Well,
But
hey.
no, but I really appreciate you for allowing me to come, and I really enjoyed this interview. And I was so busy today, but I'm so glad that I was able to meet with you, and it was such a dope experience. And let's touch an agreement for the benefit of both my life and your life, and our listeners' lives as they
Absolutely.
watch this, that they themselves can manifest their dreams. We all can, because
Yes.
this world is abundant. That's been
Yes.
my lesson this week. Stop
Yes.
saying scarcity. Abundance is here for all of us. We can
Yes.
all
Absolutely. 100%. Yes, ma'am.